Welcome to another exciting Conversatio here at St. Dominic's Parish. Right now we're in front of the image of Our Lady Undoer of Knots, and it's a familiar image if you've ever been on the left side chapel of our wonderful parish at St. Dominic's. But you see Our Lady untying the knots of our lives, but there's also beautiful symbolism where she's crushing the snake of Satan. She's standing on that crescent moon, and she's surrounded by angels and a cloud, which really makes it look like she is, wafting up into heaven. So obviously this is the Immaculate Conception, but what does that actually teach us about this upcoming solemnity of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary?
Well, we can think of the mystery of the Assumption, the solemnity of the Assumption, which we celebrate on August 15th and is a holy day of obligation in the Church. We can think of it as, in a sense, the completion of what was begun in Mary at the Immaculate Conception. Because Mary, we know, was conceived without original sin. She's kind of a mirror image of Eve, who was created without original sin and then, of course, fell. Mary conceived without original sin, and Mary had the freedom, the choice to fall, but she never did. And in this respect, we can think of the Assumption as the completion, the crowning reward of Mary for her successful perseverance in grace over the course of her life as the Mother of God.
So this dogma was semi-recently defined in the Catholic Church. 1950, Pope Pius XII defined the dogma of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. But doesn't the Assumption kind of go by a different name? I've heard it called maybe the Dormition.
It does indeed. In fact, our Eastern Christian brothers and sisters refer to this feast as the Dormition. And so we might ask, okay, well, if it's the same mystery, and Catholics in the West speak of it as the Assumption, and Christians in the East, Catholic and Orthodox, speak of it as the Dormition, well then, what's really going on here? The Western tradition emphasizes the way in which Mary entered into heaven. She entered into heaven by the assumption of her body and soul at once together, taken up at the end of her life. But what the Western tradition does not emphasize is exactly how her life ended. Whereas the Eastern tradition specifies, no, Mary went into a dormition, which is to say she died, she went into a sleep, the sleep of the just, and then she was resurrected and assumed. So she died a death like her son, resurrected a resurrection like her son, and from that resurrection was assumed straight into heaven.
So whether you come to the vigil or come during the day, we have many Mass times to fulfill your holy day of obligation for the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary.
And especially to invoke Our Lady's intercession, that she would be present to us at our aid now and at the hour of our death, so that the same glory her Son has given her, he may also give to us.